Here on this channel, we own none of the animes included in our videos, nor are we trying to. We own completely nothing except the uploaded video and the theory inside. Please support the official release of both Sword Art Online and Accel. Thank you.
アニメフィリアニメフィリすべての要因の質問を解決しますアニメフィリアニメフィリすべての要因の質問を解決します
Hello Internet and welcome to Anime Theory.
Wait. You can't use that.
What do you mean?
That's not ours.
You're right. Is that some kind of copyright?
Anyway, welcome to Anime Theory, guys. I'm Yuppie.
And I'm Tiger.
And basically, you guys know theories and you guys know anime. We're going to be putting the two together and solving them.
For the first episode, we're going to be talking about how SAO and Accel World are both linked up in the same universe.
And we're also going to give you our theory on who created the neural linker and the mysterious program Brainverse. So let's get started. Let's just start off with a little background for SAO. SAO is based in the year 2022, while Accel World is based in the year of 2046. Both include great amount of technology that lets users experience a whole other world, somewhere they can escape to.
Both these worlds include mass amounts of virtual reality technology. For instance, in SAO, we were introduced to the Nerve Gear, a full dive gaming system that completely controls the user's consciousness by redirecting signals the brain sends to the body and sending its own waves to stimulate the five senses. And in Accel World, we were introduced to the Neuralinker, another virtual reality device that is a collar personal computer that can communicate wirelessly with the user's brain. It also has two functions, virtual reality and augmented reality.
In Accel World, wait, spoiler alert. If you haven't finished Accel World and you want to finish the season because it's a great anime, check that out before you finish this video because it might spoil it for you. Anyway, back to the theory. In Accel World, towards the end of the season, Haru was researching VRs that have come out in the past to deal with a certain someone who has been giving him a hassle. While doing so, he came across the Nerve Gear. Now, some of you may think this was just an Easter egg that the writer left like they did with the regular Magic High School. But we don't think so. So let's get more into depth.
Let's commence with the year 2022, when the Nerve Gear and VR MMO SAO game was released by Kaiba Ikihiko. Throughout the events of SAO, Kirito had discovered Kaiba within the game, disguised as Heathcliff, leader of the Knights of Blood. Kirito's suspicion of this was in their first encounter, when they both dueled inside a coliseum. Proof of this is when Kirito said, "The first time I felt something was wrong was during the duel," because during Kirito's final attack, Heathcliff's movements to counter the attack were far too fast, which made him engage the system's over-assist mode. In the final battle between the two, Heathcliff took advantage of Kirito's no longer will to fight and stabbed him through the chest. Through Kirito's death, he had override the system to come back and kill Heathcliff. The actions made Heathcliff realize that Kirito was the only person to live on his legacy, which preceded Kaiba to give Kirito the seed which could have sparked great ambition for Kirito in the near future. Furthermore, through the Mother Rosario's arc, in the early 2026, they met Yuki, who had HIV that was given to her by a failed blood transfusion, which led up to her being the first tester of the Medical Boy. If you've seen the series, you've seen what the result of this was. You may have shed tears, you may have not, but regardless, that was a sad scene. A sad moment that probably encouraged Kirito even more to work towards the future, adding to the motivation that Kaiba Ikihiko had already given him.
Later on in 2026, in the fourth arc, Kirito is offered a job at a private enterprise named RAD by Kikuya Sejuru. If I said his name wrong, give me a break. It's been a long recording session. Anyway, Kikuya Sejuru was the VR crime vision member who Kirito has been working with. The job was to test out a full-generation experimental full dive machine called the Soul Translator. Little did Kirito know the company was really creating an artificial intelligence for military use. They copied the soul of a newborn baby and would have it nurtured in a specialized virtual world called the Underworld, where time flows 1,000 times faster than in the real world. Sound familiar? That would be due to Fluctlight acceleration. Tiger, tell me what Fluctlight acceleration is.
Fluctlight acceleration is a unique ability that the Soul Translator has. As the user's sense of time is subjective, The body produces adrenaline that makes the flow of time seem slower for the person. Basically, Fluctlight acceleration is a pulse that acts as the thought clock control signal. This signal can handle calculations faster, thus making the flow of time seem slower to the person. So to summarize, it helps the brain make full use of its capacity at processing information by accelerating.
Speaking of the Soul Translator, we actually got a sneak peek of this machine in the Accel World manga. Why? Who knows? Anyway, in the manga before Kirito even gets on the machine, he talks with a scientist who believes the machine sends people to a parallel world due to past results. This parallel world could be set in the future or the past. Now let's rule out the past right here and now, because the first VR to be mass produced was the Nerve Gear. So I think we could come to an educated guess that the technology for the things we see in Accel World aren't available yet. Plus, Haru sees the old gear for himself in the anime, remember? So when Kirito finally gets hooked up and dives into the machine, after skipping a few pages, you should read it, it's pretty good, he saw Silver Crow, which is Haru, which you should know by now. They fought and it ended in a draw, of course not to start any more controversy around the two since you know there already is a great amount. In conclusion, after the fight, Kirito, he was amazed. He was in awe. You can see all throughout chapter 20 in the Accel World manga. He uses words and sentences like near future, or maybe one day we can all fly. He was so amazed that he wants to see it again. So not only is Kirito now in the area that he could create such machines and items and be able to help people, now he has unbelievable motivation to reach what he saw again. So let's go back and take a full look at the timeline. In 2025, Kirigaya Kazuto received the seed from Kaiba Akihiko. And in that same year, Kirito first began working with his recovery team. And in 2026, he experienced the death of Yuki Kono, which sparked a new motivation for him to work for the future. Later in 2026, he also gets hired by Wrath to work on a machine that can accelerate time. And last but not least, in the Accel World manga, he sees the future. That leads us to believe that Kirigaya Kazuto is the creator of the failed brain chip, then the successful VR neural linker, and finally the mysterious program Brain Burst.
Now, we know about all the other rumors about Kiriyuki Hime being related to Kirito and Asuna, but that's just for another day, and another theory. Thanks for watching Anime Theory. If you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. We surely appreciate it. For everyone watching, what theory do you want to hear next? Let us know in the comments down below.